There's a lot going on in corporate security operations. Technology is evolving, business is global, and it takes the expertise of an industry innovator like Tyco to make the challenges you face opportunity. With 400 offices worldwide and 41 monitoring centers, 8 centers of excellence, and 65,000 employees strategically located around the globe. Tyco is enterprise security. At Tyco IS, 20 years is the average tenure of industry-certified service techs, because like you, we know experience counts. High-priority fire and security systems need experienced people that know how to move security forward. The top 200 retailers streamline security operations with Tyco IS because global reach matters. As a single point of contact for operations across 84 countries, Tyco IS makes sure your global growth complies with company security policy and local regulations. 2.2 million ATMs with an average 900 transactions per month dispense the livelihood of our economy. 80% of the top banks choose Tyco IS for the mission-critical protection of key infrastructure that keeps the economy moving. Tyco IS has been a leader in security innovation for over 140 years, with an exclusive focus on commercial fire and security. Today, security professionals depend on Tyco IS. Consider this: all U.S. federal courthouses turn to Tyco IS for protection. 300 major airports, 75% of oil refineries, most of the Fortune 500, hundreds of thousands of local businesses, and commercial enterprises throughout North America. They all choose Tyco IS. Tyco is advancing safety and security, finding smarter ways to save lives, improve business, and protect more of the places we live and work. Come see what Tyco IS can do for you. Safer, smarter, Tyco.
Tyco was founded in 1960 as an investment and holdings company by Arthur Rosenberg, with most of the company's revenue coming from complex technology including fire safety systems and other home and theft safety systems. In 1992, Dennis Kozlowski became CEO with Mark Schwartz as CFO, and the company quickly adopted a very aggressive growing scheme. In July 1997, Tyco took over ADT, who changed their name and stock symbol to Tyco, allowing Tyco to then move from their headquarters in Massachusetts to Bermuda, letting the company save millions in tax. On September 12, 2002, Mr. Kozlowski and Mark Schwartz were indicted on charges that they reaped $600 million through a racketeering scheme involving stock fraud, unauthorized bonuses, and falsified expense accounts. One of the expenses by Mr. Kozlowski was his wife's 40th birthday party, which took place on the Italian island of Sardinia, costing the company nearly $2 million and costing Mr. Kozlowski even more. Internally, Mr. Kozlowski and Mr. Schwartz were accused of bribing a Tyco board member as well as several Tyco employees. In an attempt to keep their scheme a secret, they offered to reward the employees heavily. One of the methods they would use to pay themselves as well as the employees who kept their mouths shut was through interest-free loans. The company had a loan system, and any member of the company that kept their mouth shut would be allowed to use the system. The two men also covered up their tracks by limiting the scope of the internal audits. They would bypass the company's legal department when filing disclosure documents to the Security Exchange Commission, allowing them to get away with virtually whatever they wanted. The authorities accused Mr. Kozlowski and Mr. Schwartz of stealing $170 million from the company's holdings and reaping $430 million more by covertly selling Tyco stock with artificially inflating the stock value. Because they were artificially inflating the stock value, later in that year, Tyco's stock fell nearly 70%, which eventually caused the company to go into bankruptcy. Another defining moment in the case was Mr. Kozlowski's love of art. He used the company to purchase the $13 million collection of art, but refused to pay the sales tax on it. Because the tax wasn't being paid, an investigation was launched to determine why Mr. Kozlowski wasn't able to pay the taxes. Not only did he get caught for tax evasion, but this also led to him being caught in all of his bigger schemes with Tyco. Both of the executives would end up getting sentences that ranged from a minimum of 8 years and 4 months to a maximum of 25 years. Dennis Kozlowski is still serving time with a release date that is set for somewhere in 2022. As for Mark Schwartz, he served nearly 10 years and was released in 2013. Shortly after the 2002 scandal, Tyco replaced its board members as well as some executive partners. Even through taking all the precautions, however, Tyco was still not able to stay afloat and eventually filed for bankruptcy. Today, Tyco is now owned by Johnson Controls, who is the world leader in fire protection and security.
Security! And investors? Possibly you!